Yeah, I just had some thoughts on my mind, and I really think I'm a real big Kanye West fan, and um, I think that Kanye West is somewhat a genius, not to the point where it's a genius that can't be figured out. When you look at most of the albums, College Dropout, Late Registration. I think that with 808 Heartbreaks, I thought that was one of his. To me, it was his best album. But and the sonics, the textures of the album. But the marketing to it was more of a um, kind of a 80s rock. The sound textures with the drums and different things like that. And I don't know if this is like something that um, artists do. Typically, uh, I haven't seen like majority of hip hop artists do this, where they go into the hip hop world and then they go into more of a rock type thing. I don't know if this is just like a marketing thing for gaining access to blacks and then gaining access to whites. I think um, with the whole college dropout and then the late registration, it was more geared towards blacks. Even with the lyrics and the sound structures of the beats. Um, I think you know when Kanye West did cut the 808 Heartbreaks, it was weird, quirky. The sounds were different. I think whereas now you have the black audience, you have the white audience, and then like when he did Six Twisted Dark Fantasy, that was just more like okay, the beats were weird, but they were good, and it was like at this point it was like I'm just gonna do something that anybody can listen to. It was just kind of like a different thing. But I feel a lot of the comments that Kanye West says that they're not weird or anything like that. They actually are very intelligent remarks. But I think when we live in this world, these us 8 billion people living on planet Earth, and I think Kanye West said this many of times. We are programmed, um, and once you step outside of the matrix of the norm or what people think is the norm and the programming of the world, you see things differently. But when you're out and when you start to view things like that, you're put on the outside. You're an outsider now. You're people are gonna look at you and say, "Oh, you're weird. You're this and that." But really, honestly, everything that this world is seeing and it's actually the opposite. You know, um, we are programmed, to a certain point, and you know, it's lonely. When you don't think like the rest of the world, you become lonely, and because nobody wants to be around you, and they think you're weird and all this other stuff. But you just see things differently, and I think that all 8 billion people on this planet Earth are unique people, but the problem with that is that most people are afraid to be who they really are. So we really never get a chance to see that originality of all the 8 billion people on planet Earth because everybody is programmed through television, through social media, through the internet. We all have to live in this spin of how their life and society is supposed to be. So we never really see the uniqueness of each individual because a lot of people are scared to be who they feel inside. They feel like that if they be themselves, they get judged. You know, but it's just some thoughts that I just wanted to say. But you know, when I think, but I think that it's nothing weird about Kanye West. I think that you know people just see things differently, and there are no right or wrong answers to how we view things because that's just you being original, you know, um, and that's the way you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be who you are, and you know, nobody's to say that this is right or that's right or I'm supposed to wear this and that, and it's just being who you are, and that's what this life is about. You know, you be yourself. You know.